24 years, I have it to me. We're about to travel, and then the guardian later got to know and got angry that she's an adult. How would Nigerians, where would they put their face? What if there was no rape? What if you cannot even call, pedophiles don't go for adults. They don't go for adult teenagers. Majority just know the English pedophile. They don't know what it is. They don't know the psychological situation with the pedophile. They like children that they can take. If they cannot convince you with biscuits, they won't go for you. Not to talk about somebody who is a grown up, who is that old. Now, if you see the lady is 14-year-old, she's having dreadlock on her head. A 14-year-old is still in secondary school. Which school is she attending with dreadlock? From the pictures you have seen. If that is the girl in question, Nigerians, we cannot continue this way. We are treating ourselves like animals. That is why the authorities, the government officials that we elect, they don't care about us. It will be a stain on America if the bosses, they did a protest and said, do not grant Derek Chauvin bail. When the law says, even if you are charged with such offenses, you can be granted bail. They will become a third world country. So Nigeria has no choice. We don't go forward or backward. With this that we are about to accept, we shouldn't allow it. Children are in hostels everywhere. If we allow this experiment done by princess with a minor, let's assume the girl is a minor, as said. Do you know how many children are in several hostels? Do you know what will be done to them? Because they won't wait for the police. When they tell them, they will say, drop your body to be raped, allow your body to be molested. To allow a child to be traumatized deliberately is a serious criminal offense. If you know an adult is capable of hurting a child, the onus is on you as an adult to ensure that that adult does not have an opportunity, not under any excuse. So if the police has also turning blind eyes to that, that is a biased justice system.
And would you say the police does not understand what is going on, or does not understand the constitution?
The police understand, but they are delaying actions. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Delaying actions in what way?
In doing the right thing. And that is why, as an adult and a member of the voting public, I cannot, anybody can slumber. Anybody can go into a nap. We're all human beings. You nudge them, do your work. And that's what we're doing. Can you see we're peaceful? We are telling them that on no account should anybody come to dictate for the police. They are not the constitution. They are not the law. They even threaten to kill a suspect in custody, and they are still working freely. That is not a just society. That is not the policing I want. They should do their work. Respect the rights of everybody. We are in a society where everybody must be respected. Whether you are an offender, whether you are a suspect, you are a prisoner, even if you are a dead body, you must be given and accorded your respect under the law. That is sacrosanct. Social media, oh, show how are you? Why are you talking so backward? The guy is talking forward, you are talking backward.
Now, there are conflicting reports to this event. We learned that the same girl in question, got impregnated by Baba Ijesha and later was aborted. Now, what do you think would happen to such a person that has put on that kind of action?
The only thing I can say is that if there is that confession, the police should act on it. I don't heard about it. It's just mere conspiracies. I have asked Baba Ijesha personally myself. I didn't go. I went there as a human rights activist. He's a senior colleague. Okay. The first thing I owe him is to allow to hear his own side. I have heard from the other side through the videos and the write-ups they put up. I need to hear him. He's the one being accused. Did you have sex with this lady? No. Whether they are dating, I don't know. Whether he's dating princess, I don't know. But of course, we are all human beings. That is left for them to argue when they get caught. But Coco of the matter is this. Baba Ijesha, do you know that this girl is a minor? And why are you a pedophile? Said pedophile. Even when they were beating me, when they rushed in, they asked the princess to drop the video. And if there is a CCTV, the CCTV will not even stop when they rushed in, Abi. Yeah, of course. You watched a child being molested for 30 minutes before you take action. Like that. somebody must pay for that. Now, Etua Rush Wole, he said they rushed him, 4 men, they beat him to stupor. He said when they were asking him questions, he was thinking molest, but molest me. He didn't know they were quoting the law for him. And he needs to save his life. He said they will kill him if he say anything contrary. All he was trying to do is save his life. That is why I am scared that if we should allow things like this to go on, the next person I suspect, I will start torturing in my house. And I will tell the person, he did that to me. What if the man dies in that process? I'm not going to be saying, I want to be holy. Who is holy? Who only passed? Now, they tortured him. Also, he was saying it back. Which judge will accept that? Nigeria, social media courts accepted that. We are just a terrible society. Everybody, and we know the law. Immediately we say, oh, you waiting on your part. Camera. One will go to so. See how Basaki Lomache. Don't torture. Don't stop using torture as a means of investigation. If I can face the police to say that, how much more if you are doing that to the forced imprisonment? So all these things are what I am fighting against. Serious crimes has been committed by these people. All about what oppressed. They don't even care about the girl. Social services are sleeping. By now, the child should be taken away from the woman. Oh, so one abuse 7 years ago. Or subject to another abuse. Two is too much for a human being. A child cannot understand why you will ask her again to submit her body. Only understand, no matter what you say. Play along. We want genuine cases so that the masses will not be on the other side of the law or will not be sorry. That is my agitation. I'm never going to support a rapist. When you come back around with don't come as a trap for me. I don't go back to WhatsApp message. Show back around. And then oh, Babu, what's Nigeria on the database. So let's first keep up. We don't want that rubbish in this country. Because the new normal will be you guilt me, I will teach you lesson. And then the media will jump and the social media will jump with it. It's pure nonsense. Nonsense. People will start committing suicide. That's the danger I'm averting and I'm praying to avert.
Okay, sir. Are you doing all this because he's your senior colleague or because you're an human rights activist?
The fact remains that I have been doing several things, and you all know. In 2019, I can use my money to do launching, to do party. I put summit, the first of its kind, by an entertainer in Nigeria, in Sheraton. I built a stage, brought in all stakeholders, musician, comedian, newscaster, showbiz person, all of them, human rights lawyers, every stakeholders were there. It's because I care about the peace and development of this country. So if by now you are not going to respect that, when we're having the NSAS protest, I slept 6 days in Alausa on the floor. I didn't check my clothes. I did 2 days in Lekki on that same floor, slept overnight. At the end of the day, I did the Korodu. Now you are telling me I'm doing it because of Bagisha. But Bagisha does not even want this protest. He wants to know. I told him I'm not doing it because of you. I am doing this because of humanity, because of my country. I hold this society a duty. You may not hold. You may just sit on social media and be looking for who to condemn, looking for sensational stories. I am looking for what is to do and stand by what is right. And these people, they are in millions because if few people are enlightened and civilized, also you professor need understanding of human rights law. If you are a professor, your knowledge of human rights is biased, is emotional, you are a tragedy to this country. If you get to America, you realize yourself, say, are you sure you're a professor? The law says you should be on bail, you're protesting, you shouldn't be on bail. Are you a professor? Who gave you this degree? Well, the quick jump, software. Then you have a to reduce to nothing. Low, in America, iPhone 12, and latest car, hello, latest, yeah, hello, Chinese week, hello, Japanese week. Human rights, America, this is not America. So it is America when you want to use the car. Latest Ford, hello, but human rights protection, emotions. Yeah, I don't know. You want to support the molester, Shekokuni. None of them is condemnable. Woe unto you if you think that anybody accused of crime is condemned. Your understanding of what law is, of what human rights is dirty, is low. Go and keep yourself. If you are empty offline, if you come online, you'll be talking jargons. Speak informed. Ekpada, library. The Nigerian youth are spending too much on at 6 a.m. the 1 a.m. From one page to another. You are not getting added value to yourself. That is not right. There is library online. There is library offline. Let us keep ourselves. Let's be on the same page.
All right, sir.
How did you get into this country? Because they're asking for the rights of a suspect doesn't mean you are a supporter of that person. A differentiate here. Any problem, something is wrong, success. Right is whether it's a suspect, is a criminal, is a non-criminal. You must, right is right.
Okay, sir, I would like to ask, sorry, please,
it's a response in the then can you way forward? Can you continue expect?
I am impressed with the Nigerian police. I give it to the Lagos State police officers. I give it to the DCP party. This is the international standard of policing. You must allow people freedom to express themselves. And they allowed us to express ourselves. And they take some materials from us. And we even exchange contacts. And they promise to work on it. Because they know what we are saying is the truth. They know what we are saying is according to the law. Well, so far, perfect. The police are not saying they are perfect. They need the public to always support them, to always nudge them. If you don't want to play a role in your society, you don't belong to an NGO, you don't pay tax, you're not supporting human rights, and you want the country to be better for you, don't? If you want to pray in church, you pray about yourself and your children. If you want to eat, you do for what you eat alone. If you want to, what about the society? We must start thinking a communal benefit. This is why we are here. It's a communal benefit.
Were you able to reach out to that girl or princess one-on-one conversation with them? There's no back to, sir. Your colleague in the movie industry, they believe that actually doing all of this because we support right. Can you clarify that?
Okay, good. First and foremost, people are asking me to contact princess and stuff like that. Unnecessary questions will not bring out genuine answers. This person have already expressed herself. She has given account of her own story. I have seen footages. I have seen videos from her. She has said her own part. The onus is on me to hear from the other part. And for the fact that this person was even called severally by all the artists and there was no way out. Why would anybody ask me? I'm not the judge. I can say. So that is number one. Number two, anybody that says because it's my colleague, that's what I'm supporting. Then they are looking at it from a dead angle. If I have to support anybody, I have to support my colleague. But I am not supporting because it's my colleague. I'm supporting because he's a human being. Because those that doesn't know your story, your background, will start judging you from what they know about you. Go and ask about my history. I have supported those that I don't even know from anywhere. A lot of fans have even messaged me in DM. I have been in police cell in Ogudu, and I will rise up without even taking my breath, and I will stand by the person. That is my background. That is who I am. If you don't know my background, go and do research before you come and actually question who I am. Because you cannot judge me by what an incident that is still current. Go back to my past. Go back to my page. If anybody, if any actor, if any filmmaker, if any entertainer, if any human rights activist has spoken about human rights violation more than me in the last 5 years, then I will quit this job. I dedicated my life for this struggle, for the dignity and respect of every human being. So if it is happening to my colleague and it is being overblown, anybody has right to their own thoughts. But if what you are ready to give out is a guess, please don't prove to know.
Okay, sir, after this incident, after Baba Ijesha was alleged of raping a 14-year-old girl, it is obvious that you have seen him in the custody. What can you account what happened and the questions you asked him and his responses?
First and foremost, when I got there, because it's been a long time we've seen, we're not that very close, but I believe all colleagues are my family. I see them more than I see some of my family members. So whether anybody likes it or not, if you are calling my colleague, you are even demeaning. I have family, they are my family. But first thing I did when I was unhappy, because it is, and I got there, I said, I need you to tell me in all honesty, did you rape this girl 7 years ago? He said, Yomi, I never did. Princess brought soldier, a general. They threatened, they did everything, and the general asked me. He said, and I quote, I asked the General, sir, I didn't sleep with this girl 7 years ago. Even 7 years also, Princess is still in marriage. But the relationship was better. Marriage quicker. And the first time I met this girl, where did I even touch her? Princess did not even say he had carnal sex. Go and look at Princess video. Oh, so quick kokoro. But go here. Now the man said at the end of the day, I want you. I said that's personal. I'm not interested in that. I kept saying. Then he was invited down. In all honesty, I kept saying, how old is girl? Yomi, you will decide for yourself. Timba Soma, to justify me. I didn't want to commit crime. I didn't intend to commit crime. Only but they said the girl is 40 years. Yomi, how do I prove that? But this girl is an adult. Udagba. Only no problem. Never they caught. Video. Mr. Yomi, we never said there is a rape video. There was no rape video. And the girl never said Baba Ijesha raped me. The girl at no time confessed that Baba Ijesha raped her. That was what prompted KCP told about Asoro. The CP must have interrogated, asked the IPO, asked even the girl, tell me, did Baba Ijesha rape you? The girl said no. Where are the evidence? What is sexual assault. Touching people, babe, it's assault. Now, only Kawale, Baba Ijesha be our Kurimari Shikawale. One better see no. Only one know who back. Only by two people where he's in deep trouble was when they showed him the CCTV. What? So I'm actually entrapped. Team bad dog, I am going to die. Shani Jomo, Rimaki, no, eh, the Runu. I'm not going to bear you. That parable is 7 years. Oh, no, Andy, oh, my Bobata, give me way. Give the fella Kalaushi. Give the only one, Bobata, Oshigiri.
Sorry, my name is Master Police Against Nigeria. The lady has asked a similar question. I'm surprised. It's, based on your number, I'm talking of Nollywood Afro. One would have expected 100 of protesters, mostly from
A response, 100 was?
100 of your members. I'm talking of Nollywood
organization.
Did you get to touch again? Or does it suggest that they have pitched tents with Yabo?
Okay, first and foremost, with due respect to all my colleagues, this is the issue of a minor. And of course, majority may not be able to come in so that they will not offend the law. Even me that I'm speaking and saying the right thing, you can see the way they are still misconstruing me. They are trying to throw me under the bus, despite the fact that I have personal sympathy for anything minor, anything children. However, you can ask yourself again, how many artists don't need problem? I think cover for how many years, sir? How many? There's no problem. Those are part of a few things.
Even for those who are on sick bed.
For a long time. If you look at the social media we have, our fans don't talk anyhow. Ìlara ti pọ̀ jù ní industry wa. Tẹ bá rí àkáǹtì tó máa ń búrú èmi pé wọ́n nìkan ló ń dó tẹ́ni tó sì, wọ́n nìkan ló ń dó tẹ́ni tó sì tó kú. Kókó ọbẹ̀ ojú pé everybody thinks about competition. They don't think about welfare. Àmàlà ẹlẹ́gbẹ́. Knowing fully well that ní first support here in anything that will displease them or will scratch their name. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá jẹ́ party, they will not stand. However, èmi tí ẹ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀, mo wá dedicate life pé àṣírí ẹ̀ fẹ́ máa bò. Sí ẹ bá rẹ̀ tó lórúkọ ebèrè, pàtó máa sì pa Kásùmù. Ask how many artists you find there. And you can say, the cocoa of matter is I am covering up, doing all I can, dedicate my life. I have been to few industries. I decided to retain the movie industry because and I see everybody as a family. Because see, Thomas, the man I to my party, my neighbor. But it don't judge you, see, while I'm at Thomas Siki, one of Roy or no Sassia, come about the power, or lower Kobaku, what he has about Siki. Yo, my tea, Shada, or Dr. Queen, my hospital. Gbogbo kan tó bí lè pọ̀ máa ní problem lẹ́yìn báyìí ẹ wo tá à ń ṣe náà ìbò òun la kú lé lórí èyí sì wà lóbẹ́ inú ẹ̀ wọ̀ la máa wà ṣáìlì la máa wà èmi ni mo mọ̀ pé inú mi mọ́ mo mọ̀ kan tí mo sọ àwọn mi ò mọ̀ irú lady tó gbá máa yẹn ó fẹ́ di activist ó ní láti pa activist mi mọ́lẹ̀ kí wọ́n lè dìde èmi tẹ́mi ṣe tí American embassy tó fi ọ̀nà mi tí Amnesty International ọ̀nà mi nítorí wọ́n ti study mi bọ̀ fún ìmọ̀ wọn rí mo ń láti you must not always follow the crowd. I am only fearful that the Nigerian masses are always sorry. Baba Sue's case is still there. Once she run to 10 years for a month plus, they condemned his health. He is a widower. He is always there now. Nígbà tó bí wọn lọ sí lùtù èmi nìkan mo ń lọ bá lẹ́yìn tó wọn kan ti wálẹ̀ kan tó ti flash èmi nìkan ní Amẹ́ríkà èmi nìkan mo lọ bàbá ṣe lọ́sítù. Ẹ gbà mí accept me for who I am. Ẹ má pàrọ̀ mọ́ mi. Ẹ má bà mí lórúkọ jẹ́. Kó tẹ́ mi ìfẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ orúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kò lórúkọ. Èmi kàn ṣe bọ́ọ̀lù ṣe náà mi. Tó bá bọ́ sórúkọ kò lórúkọ kẹtọ́ mọ̀ mi. Oníjọ́ mẹ́jọ tó ti bí mi láti sọ lórúkọ. So síbẹ̀ gbà yẹn. So orúkọ téèyàn ò fún mi kò lè bàjẹ́. Pẹ̀lú gbogbo ìtọ́ṣe lórí kìíní yẹn. I am not bothered because I am still bitter than the majority of the people commenting do not even have knowledge. And if that will continue, it is a danger to this society. Àwọn olóṣèlú yẹn will see us as just tools, props. An uninformed society will become a tool in the hands of dirty politicians. That is why I am appealing. All these things. And tó bá fẹ́ comment, ẹ bá lóyè yìí sọ̀rọ̀ pé kí ni ìbáwọ̀ ló ṣe rí? Tó bá ti sọ ẹ jẹ́ ká mẹ̀tẹ́ yẹn, wọ́n máa sit tight, wọ́n máa tọ́jú Nigerian police, wọ́n fún wọn ní equipment, wọ́n lè jẹ́ kó lè máa ṣe investigation. Within 48 hours, they get what they want to get and they give you on bail. Ọlọ́pàá máa bẹ̀ pé kò kí ló lọ́wọ́ kí tó lọ́wọ́ commissioner of police kí tó gbà púpà nígbà tí ó sì telegram ní email kò sí laptop wọ́n fẹ́ mú yàn mẹ́yẹn wọ́n ṣe máa lọ wọ́n gbà púpà bí pépà ni o á ti gbé wọn ní òjò á travel wọ́n á parí gbogbo rubbish yẹn torí pé kò fẹ́ kí investigation máa yá. So if we stick to that law 48 hours was grant bail rí pé tí mo gbẹnu wá bá kò Nigerian politician they will equip the police to be able to start their duty within the time frame of the law. Ìyẹn ló yẹ ká mú gbọ́ kọ́tọ̀kọ́tọ̀ làwọn èèyàn sọ. Ó ti yẹn ẹ jẹ́ àwọn ètò ìtẹ̀síwájú ọkọ̀ lóbìnrin àkọ́kọ́ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀. Ìyá wa lọ, ìyá wa ti tó
All right, now this is still Punch newspaper bringing you all the latest updates around the world. And as you can see, Mr. Yomi Fabi has just made his claims about him supporting Baba Ijesha. And he said he's not supporting him because he's a senior colleague, but because he's also a human activist. That's why he's doing all what he's doing. And he claimed that after the incident that made Baba Ijesha arrested, that he said that he did not rape the girl. And all what he said was under duress because we had military personnel beating him and all. Thank you so much. My name is still Adebimpe Olajiga, and this is Punch Newspaper. Thank you.